Okay, it is the Friday edition of Rapid Sports Highlight on the Breakfast Show, and I am Ijoma Victor. We head straight to the camp of the Super Eagles ahead of a must-win game against the Desert Foxes of Algeria. Nigerian Super Eagles have landed in Marrakech ahead of their African Cup of Nations quarterfinals clash with Algeria on Saturday. Now, Saturday's clash will be a stern test for the Nigerians team as they seek to maintain momentum and keep alive hopes of lifting a fourth African Cup of Nations title. Now, in a video shared on X, formerly Twitter, by photojournalist Sulaiman Adebayo, also known as Poja, on Thursday, the Super Eagles were seen being welcomed by people of Marrakech. The Super Eagles are eyeing a place in the semi-finals after a dominant showing in the round of 16 and a tense build-up of the pitch issues. Now, the three-time champions sealed their spot in the round of 8 with a comprehensive 4-0 victory over the Mambas of Mozambique in Fez, extending their perfect run at the tournament. Now, the build-up to Saturday's high-stake encounter has been clouded by controversies over unpaid bonuses, with reports of players' unrest and threats to boycott training or travel. Meanwhile, the federal government has confirmed that the Super Eagles match bonus at the ongoing 2025 African Cup of Nations have cleared the necessary regulatory stages. Now, according to a statement issued on Thursday, the Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzoka Anite, said the payment will be reflected in the players' domiciliary account starting from Thursday yesterday or today. Now, the Super Eagles on Wednesday threatened to boycott travel to the host city of their quarterfinal match at the AFCON over unpaid allowances. However, the players and officials were determined to miss the trip unless the outstanding allowances were paid. The Eagles are yet to receive bonuses for all 4 matches played at the tournament. In November 2025, the team also boycotted training during the African World Cup playoffs over backlog of allowances issues. Now, a few days later, Nigeria lost to DR Congo, and the country's hope of qualifying for the 2026 World Cup ended. Reacting to the development, Uzoka Anite said the payment delay was caused by the conversions process to move funds into foreign currencies, which she noted was the players' preference. Now, she added that the process had now been fast-tracked and that the final transfer to the Australia account are currently in the flight. The federal government and the Central Bank of Nigeria have successfully streamlined the foreign exchange process to ensure our players are rewarded without further delay. Earlier, the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Dikko, has said that the financial entitlement of Super Eagles players and officials have been resolved. Dikko remarks followed report of players threatening to boycott training and traveling to Marrakech for Saturday's match against Algeria. Shehu Dikko said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the Super Eagles AFCON 2025 budget in November 2025, bringing alignment amongst the NSC, the Nigerian Football Federation, and the players. The president approved the entire AFCON budget on November 14, according to the statement from our end. The funding has been fully cleared, Dikko said. Meanwhile, Super Eagles captain Wilfred Ndidi said he has made a commitment to his teammates and officials that he would settle their unpaid match bonuses at the ongoing 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco if the federal government fails to pay before Saturday. Now, when they will face Algeria in the quarterfinals. Now, Ndidi was quoted by BBC journalist Oluwashina Akileji on Thursday after the federal government, through the office of the Minister of State for Finance, Doris Uzoka Anite, has promised to fast-track the payment between Thursday and Friday today. I have been pushing the team to train and play the game versus Algeria. I have been doing this since the second game. I have now made a commitment to the staff and players that I will personally pay the bonuses if the authorities fail before Saturday. Ndidi was quoted by Akeleji in an X post. I don't want these unpaid bonuses to affect our preparations. I told players and coaching staff that I'd personally make the payment if they don't get it, he added. Super Eagles training. The Super Eagles went ahead to still train yesterday in Marrakech on Thursday by 6 p.m. as preparation for the AFCON 2025 quarterfinal clash with Algeria. Now, the session took place at the Grandstand Annex 2 and with limited media access allowed under competition's rule. The interactions with the players earlier scheduled was called off in the wake of recent development, including the late time of arrival to Marrakech. Now it is Match Day Live. We look at the final, probably quarterfinal between the Eagles of Mali and the Teranga Lions of Senegal. As the AFCON 2025 is heating up. Mali we're facing Senegal in a massive quarterfinal showdown. Yes, it's a battle of West African nations. Mali have shown solid, fearless, but Senegal bringing experience, power to the knockout stage. Now, looking at the mentality, this is the youth versus former champions. Hunger, or probably yes, hungry for history. Now, who goes through? Will it be Mali or will it be Senegal? Now, in the other semi-final, quarterfinal game that we go down later today, it will be the host nation against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Now, Morocco's home soil, but with big pressure. Now, the Atlas Lions carry the hope of a nation, and the AFCON host, strong defense, loud home crowd, and serious belief. But at AFCON, hosting doesn't guarantee survival. Can Morocco turn home support into the semi-final ticket? We also look at the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. As we look at when the AFCON arrives, Cameroon wakes up. Yes, truly, they have indeed proved that. The indomitable Lions are built from the tournament, physically unexperienced and fearless in the knockout games. Now, write Cameroon off at your own risk. Now is another AFCON miracles loading for Cameroon. Yes, is it another AFCON miracle loading for Cameroon as they are battle ready to take on the host nation, the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Now, just like probably different from the other semi-finals where the Eagles are taking on the Teranga Lions, it will be the Lions against the Lion. Let's see which of the Lions will dominate and put up his head in Africa. Like I said earlier, is it the Atlas Lions of Morocco, the host nation, or the indomitable Lions of Cameroon? Finally, before we go, we return back to the Super Eagles and the bonus raw. Like I said earlier, chairman of the National Sports Commission, Madam Shehu Dikko, has actually come out to say that the money has been approved by the president in the month of November. Now, everyone will be asking this big question. Why was the process not on, knowing fully well that the Super Eagles will be playing their first game in the month of December? Since November, you have the month of November, you have early December, and even until the end of December to make this process go through. Must Super Eagles threaten before you make your payment? Must another captain come in and take full responsibility of the job? I remember John Obi Mikel. He also made promises to the players when he was putting on the captain handband. Now it is the turn of Wilfred Ndidi also making that promise if that payment is not made until the end of today. Why are officials like this? If it's the president, or probably if Dikko did not come out to make this statement, everyone will shout down to high heavens blaming the presidency and the federal government for not doing anything. Now that marching order has been given as cleared by Malam Shehu Dikko. And now the process is on. The Minister of State for Finance coming out to say that it is the players' preference of paying in dollars. Now, if these players made this preference, will you wait until today? Why not start the process immediately? Now, the question is, who will you put the blame on if the payment is not made today? Borrowing the words of AFCON, put the blame on me. Will it be the NSC? Because Shehu Dikko has come out to clear the air. Will it be the presidency? He has already given the approval. Will it be the Minister of State of Finance, Udoka Anite, who has also come out to say the process is on? And now the Super Eagles will take on the Desert forces of Algeria tomorrow. Well, let's see how it pans out, if the monies will be paid today, and let's see if Wilfred Ndidi will definitely keep to his promise if their bank account doesn't really shake. This is where we blow the final whistle on the show this morning. Definitely Rapid Sport Highlight will return on Monday morning at 8:30 with more details coming from the world of sport. But meanwhile, join me live later this evening, 5 p.m., where we analyze the games that we go down this evening. Mali, Senegal, and Morocco up against Cameroon. Do you have yourself a lovely day ahead. Good morning.